Hello, once again. I'm finally on the last temperament, and this temperament is phlegmatic. Phlegmatic is predominantly female, and it is usually represented by flame or water. This is because they are pure in their eyes, and they are people who like to conserve their energy. They are usually person who seek interpersonal harmony, and they seek close relationships with others. They avoid conflict and always try to mediate between others to restore peace and harmony. They are unassuming, agreeable, and intuitive. They are agreeable because, like I said earlier on, they don't like conflict. And they go by what they feel is right. They can think to see the relationship between many bits of data. They are incredible. They have incredible skill to gather facts, clarify them into different categories, and see the relationship between seemingly contradicting elements. So they'll make good researchers because they can read between the lines. However, they don't do well in memorizing separate and related facts. It has to be of the same, it has to be related, it has to make sense for them. They easily get bored and annoyed. So even though I said earlier on, they seek interpersonal harmony and they seek close relationships, they, however, want to be left alone. They enjoy company they enjoy their own company. They most likely will not like to go to unnecessary events. Well, events they feel are necessary. Everybody else will feel they're necessary, they're important. And if they do go, they're most likely to leave early or just to go out of compulsion, not because they really want to be there. As soon as they get there, they're ready to go back home because they've shown their face, they're ready to go. Not because they don't want to be there, but they're just not into that kind of thing. It doesn't give them close relationship. They are into charity and helping others. Hence, they will go into careers that allow them to do their charitable deeds, that allow them to help others. They easily get bored and annoyed. It's going to be quite interesting being in a career where you have to help others and at the same time being bored and annoyed very easily. To be excited by the process, they need to be able to generalize the activity, to understand why they need to do what they are doing. Why, for what reason, for what purpose, for what benefit. Why do you want them to do the thing you're asking them to do? They can be indecisive and unable to focus on essential details. Why? Because they're always web thinking. Because if you overthink, you're bound to find a reason to not to do something. And the other reason is they keep ruminating on the bigger picture while ignoring the crucial information. So it is good to think before doing something, but to overthink is not good. Yeah. They are talkative and imaginative. So if they put their mind to something, I guess they can achieve a lot of things. may appear needy because they seek closeness of relationship. They seek connection. They think abstractly and they try to read your body language so that they can tell you what you're thinking and respond in the right way. Because remember, they don't want conflict. They always are trying to say the right thing. They are always trying to keep the peace. They don't want to rock the boat. They are empathic and compassionate. That's because they try to understand how we are feeling and to respond in the right way or accordingly. They may also assume that you see and feel the world the same way you do. Yeah, I know they say they try to be empathetic, but it's easier to be empathic around people of the same mind, which is not always the case. And hence you find they will become agreeable if they think, oh no, they're not going to win this one. They might not take criticism well. Hence, if you criticize them, they will pout for days, weeks, or months because they feel insulted. They're prone to depression. They like to express their feelings, sometimes dramatizing their experiences. They don't like clinging and over demanding people because it just expends their energy unnecessarily. Like I said earlier on, this type of temperament is predominantly female. Hence, the hormone that is driving them is estrogen. Estrogen contributes to cognitive health, mood, bone development, healthy bones, heart, skin, and other tissue, and energy balance, which is why they're very good at conserving their energy. Like I said earlier on, they are associated with flame or water. So people can view them as lazy, sluggish. However, no matter how people view them, they are contented in themselves. They're not bothered. They don't care. They keep to themselves. They mind their own business. They frankly are not bothered about what you say. You cannot move them. Or maybe they are just hiding behind not wanting conflict and saying, I'm not bothered. And deep down inside, they're pouting. Who knows? They also want people to bury hatchets and to make peace. So I guess they also will be quite forgiving, I presume. Or they don't have the energy. Well, I don't know. They are stubborn. They can be spectators in life because they don't want to expend their energy. So they will just prefer to people watch. They'll just prefer to just watch from afar what's going on. It's quite an enjoyable something for them rather than taking part and expending unnecessary energy. They work well under pressure because they know how to conserve their energy. So even when they're under pressure, they will still do it quite well. They are not going to suddenly go into hyperdrive. They are going to remain composed and think and go ahead with the task. So people who think maybe they're not feeling the pressure, they are feeling it, but they are not going to start freaking out. No, they are going to remain composed. In relation, in relationships, they don't see dating as a fun experience. Dating is about marriage or long-term committed relationship. They love analyzing their relationships and their partners' thoughts and motives. So they don't want to have their time wasted. If you are in a relationship, it has to be leading to somewhere, or they just assume it's going to lead to marriage, it's going to lead to a long-term commitment. When with a partner, they seek common intellectual and emotional ground, which serves as a bridge from heart to heart. That doesn't need an explanation, does it? Quite straightforward. Okay. And the only disadvantage, well, they've got quite a few disadvantages, but I'm ending with this. It's going to be quite a short one. They are quite fearful because I think of all this thinking, researching, over analyzing, always reading body language, or not wanting to rock the boat. So they're quite fearful. And maybe that could be the reason why they're afraid to get into stuff, to doing stuff. And that's why maybe they prefer to be spectators, because they're quite fearful. They would rather just watch you skateboarding than falling. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I saw it happening. I saw it happening. They won't be the one falling because they overanalyze things. And like I said earlier on, they mind their own business. And that brings me to the end of Phlegmatic. And the Bible verse for them is Isaiah 41, verse 10, which says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." I chose this one because it says these are a temperament that is bound to be fearful, that is bound to be laid back, that is bound to be sluggish. So if they just remember that God is with them, God will strengthen them, God will uphold them, He'll be with them everywhere they go. That means they should not be afraid to try new things, especially if it's going to lead to their life moving on in a positive direction for the better. They should have the strength to do what they need to do and not keep procrastinating or saying, I'll do this tomorrow, I'll do this tomorrow. If you can do it, just get up, do it, and move on with life, because every minute wasted is a minute you are never going to get back. And that's all I have to say. I want to say thank you for listening to all my 4 temperaments. Like I said from the start, very first video, this is not my own thoughts. I looked it up, and if you type in on the internet, you will find lots of sites where you can even take tests, where you can even read up and find out about it. I just thought I would put together 1 or 2 words just to share the information I had found. I hope you found it useful, and I hope you will work towards developing yourself for the better. But don't let the temperaments define who you are. You don't have to be just a sanguine. You don't have to just be a melancholic. You don't have to be just a choleric. You don't have to be just a phlegmatic. You were created to be more than that. Now I understand why people are said to use only 10% of their brain. Like in my further research, they were saying that different people use different parts of their brain. So you would find some people just use their right side frontal, left side frontal, or the lower section, because they're predominantly a certain temperament. But that doesn't have to be the case. You can grow and use all your medulla oblongata, your gray matter. You can use it all. Grow yourself, become imaginative, become a thinker, become organized, also have fun, be well balanced, be creative, be organized, be full of life. Just live. I'm not saying kill yourself, but I'm just saying be the best you can be. Stay in your lane. Find the thing you were created to be and go for it. Do it. Be the best you can be. Don't compete with anyone. If somebody is a writer, doesn't mean I need to become a writer. If somebody is a sports racer, it doesn't mean I need to become a sports racer. That might not be my lane. My lane could be art, drawing, just drawing flowers. My lane could be maybe welding. Stick with what you are good at. If you are an 8, aim to become a 10. Don't work hard at a 1. What are you trying to achieve? You're wasting your time and energy. The things you already know you're good at, then work towards them, perfect them, and become the best you. Because I hear people always say, people out there don't pay for a 1. They're going to part with their money for something that has a value to them. And that's all I have to say. Sorry, I got a bit heated there, but I just have a passion for people to be the best they can be and not to let life define who they are. Don't ever let any situation tell you you are not going anywhere. Don't let a situation bring you down. Don't ever let anyone tell you your life is over. Your life is never over. As long as you are living and breathing, it is never the end. You can still come out of whatever you went in. You can still come out as long as you allow God to help you, as long as you keep your positive mind. You can be the best you were created to be. You can still reach that goal you were aiming for. You are just now taking a different route, but you're still getting there. Always remember that. Never let anyone tell you it is the end. And above all, when you speak to yourself, be positive. Don't bash yourself. Yes, other people can bash you, but don't bash yourself. Even if people lie on you, don't bash yourself. Remain positive. Words can't stick on you. You are never going to be suddenly having a label on your head. Yes, people may label you, ruin your reputation, but that's not the end of the world. God knows, you know, live your life. Don't allow anyone to bring you down. That is time wasted. I've been there. Don't waste your time. Move on with your life. Allow God to uphold you. Allow God to strengthen you. Have a blessed day. It has been nice sharing these temperaments with you.